Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 8th of 2022, and we're only getting closer to the official release of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, as well as the full-length trailer, which by the way is all set and ready to drop by early May. It's most likely going to be May 4th. That's a very likely scenario, but we'll have to wait and see. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, we are in a very intriguing phase of Star Wars right now, given that we have a lot of things happening at the same exact time between Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George Lucas at hand, creating all of these new Star Wars stories, all of these new Star Wars projects that are on board by Disney and Lucasfilm. That's really going to borrow a lot of elements from Star Wars Legends, a lot of elements from unused material from Legends by George Lucas back in the day. That's exactly what they're trying to do, is that they are trying to create a new version of Star Wars from the ground up to really give fans a brand new take on the franchise. So with that being all done and said, one thing that a lot of fans have been really intrigued about, of course, has a lot to do with Kathleen Kennedy. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, for the longest time, she's been making a lot of problems just worse and worse with the sequel trilogy movies, with Solo: A Star Wars Story, with other Star Wars projects out there. We have seen this happening over and over again. And one thing that Star Wars fans have also been very worried about is exactly what she is going to do with the Acolyte series, with Project Vortex, with other Star Wars shows out there that are currently in the works, and whether or not it's going to have a negative impact on either A, the Star Wars community, or B, past Star Wars projects like the prequel trilogy, because she is creating retcons against episodes 1 through 3 with the Acolyte TV series. However, moving beyond all of this, what's even all the more intriguing is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and even Mando Season 4, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively developing their new Star Wars TV shows that will be announced at Star Wars Celebration this year. Now, it's described, however, that currently Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is walking away from one of the new Star Wars TV shows for Disney Plus that is described to have been the third High Republic Star Wars TV series that was in the works for quite some time now. Now, it's described that this new High Republic show was set to completely differ from both the Acolyte series and Project Vortex, and that Kathleen Kennedy is now quitting this new series, given that she has no creative power and the story is not going her way with the show by the higher-ups over at Disney. Now, this new series is described to be an adaptation of Star Wars Eclipse, one of the brand new video games releasing most likely in 2024. Now, by the way, guys, if you guys have not seen Eclipse, go ahead and check out the cinematic online. This new show is going to be an adaptation of just that. Moving on. So she goes on to state, of course, with all of this, that she's very much involved, but however, Disney's plan was to release both the series and the video game during the same exact year in order to promote both the show and the game at the same exact time. Now, Kathleen Kennedy originally was actually said to be a producer for the series and is now leaving the show with no hesitation and will only be focusing on other projects such as Project Vortex and the Acolyte strictly. Given that Kennedy is still attached to many projects as a producer, she no longer holds any creative power over those shows that Jon and Dave Filoni will be working on. Now, it's said that both Jon and Dave will be working on the Eclipse TV series and that they will be using retcons in the show that will impact how fans perceive the Acolyte TV series. Given that Kathleen Kennedy is also making retcons for the Acolyte TV show to reflect on the prequel trilogy movies, Kennedy is described to be very frustrated with both Favreau and Filoni for moving forward with this new series adapting the Eclipse story. So let me just stop right there for 1 second. Now, in case you guys did not know, Star Wars Eclipse is going to be a much darker version of the High Republic timeline. Now, so far, a lot of fans have been going up against the High Republic era. There's a lot of fans out there that have a lot of problems with the High Republic because of how lighthearted the show really is, or lighthearted the era, I should say, is, because so far we only have books and novels, and comics as well, mind you. And everything ranging from characters like Geo the Rock, the villains such as the Nile, heroes such as the Jedi, for example, Avar Kriss and the return of Yoda. You know, there's a lot of things in there that a lot of fans really aren't all that impressed about. And so when you look at Star Wars Eclipse, that cinematic that was made for the upcoming video game, and how this particular show is going to be an adaptation of just that, it goes to show you exactly what John and Dave are trying to take advantage of. They are trying to take advantage of a more darker tone for the High Republic era that is going to create this attraction, that is going to create a lot of fans to come back to Star Wars, to come back and check out this new era that a lot of fans have been very much, against for the longest time, myself included. If you guys like the High Republic, hey, I mean, that is fine and okay. That is welcome below in the comments for you guys to go ahead and express that opinion if you guys like it or dislike it. But that's the thing about the High Republic, is that the majority of fans, and I say the majority meaning, of course, the real Star Wars fans, are really against the High Republic series. They really are. Moving on. Now, so far, this High Republic story will focus on a rising dark side power, an emerging new villain that has never been seen before and is likely what fans got a short glimpse of in the Eclipse trailer. Now, this is a series that will also be labeled as a dark show that will be an attempt by Disney to make the High Republic era more attractive to fans. Both John and Dave are also prepared to bring back Master Yoda in the series as one of the main villains, or should I say characters, that will eventually go up against one of the main villains in the series to expand the character even more so. This new series that Kennedy is quitting from as a producer has now put Jon Favreau in the hands of the show to become the producer of the series. Something that makes Favreau even closer to having more authority over the entire Star Wars universe in general. With Kennedy out of the series now, the High Republic is described to be getting a big makeover by John and Dave to make it more like the old Republic with a different tone and new stories, as well as brand new characters that we have never seen before. Now here's the thing, in case you guys didn't know, the High Republic from the very beginning, right from the get-go, was Kathleen Kennedy's attempt to essentially rewrite the old Republic era. That was literally her plan. And now what John and Dave are doing is that they are going to be making it legitimate that the High Republic is just going to be another era. We have Old Republic live-action stories on the way for 2024 and 2025. We talked about this before a couple of weeks ago. We'll get into that more a little bit later. But the High Republic now is going to be treated by John and Dave as if it is an in-between era. Basically that in-between time period between the prequels and the Old Republic era. And that, to me, I think is a big deal. And the fact of how we have John and Dave trying to do everything in their power to reshape it from the very beginning just goes to show you that they are doing their own version of the Acolyte TV series. This is literally their version of the Acolyte. It's going to focus on emerging dark side powers. It's going to focus on Yoda. It's going to focus on the Jedi Order and their different ways of the Force back then. I think that this is really going to be a success. If you guys go ahead and check out the Eclipse trailer, it gives you an idea of what the series may very well be like as far as visuals and cinematics and exactly what it's going to look like, as far as the theme goes or as far as the tone goes. It just gives you an idea. And I do suggest people go ahead and check out the Eclipse trailer if you guys have not already. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. From night to morning.